Okay, so we just pulled a couple cards to see what's going on. This could be with you or your person, so you have to take what resonates and just leave what doesn't. But the first card that came out was this Eight of Cups. Now, somebody is definitely like walking away from something. Somebody is walking away from a situation that no longer serves their emotions or just no longer serves them emotionally. This could be a toxic family dynamic. Yeah, it's like this person has realized that staying entangled brings more pain than fulfillment. Like staying attached to certain people, certain things, it brings more disappointment than satisfaction. And they're choosing to leave behind old patterns, unbalanced connections, relationships. And this is like, I feel like they're leaving behind whatever this is for personal growth, but also emotional health, emotional balance. Because it just, with the cups being here, it no longer serves them emotionally. They're not happy. And that's why they're walking away. They're not fulfilled. They're moving on towards the Nine of Cups. Because whatever this, the Ten of Cups in the reverse is here. But whatever this is, if this was a toxic family dynamic, it's like it was never meant to get them to the Ten of Cups. They were never going to be able to be their highest self or find their ultimate happiness in this dynamic. Now the next card is the Strength card. This is definitely them. I feel like for a long time they've been trying to, this could be like tolerate or hold on. Like walking away could have been difficult for this person. But now with the Strength card being here, it's like it took courage. It took a lot of strength for them to walk away. This is someone who has gained like discipline, self-discipline, resilience. And they've learned how to master their emotions. This is someone who is definitely standing firm with the decision that they've made to just finally walk away. And this is someone who is refusing with the Strength card to allow guilt, manipulation, any type of confusion to, hold them back or keep them from walking away. This is someone who is kind of like moving forward without fear. Maybe for a long time, this person could have been trapped in fear. Fear of walking away and just focusing on their own personal journey, their own personal path. It took a lot of strength and courage for them to do so. It took a lot of balance and discipline for them to, get their emotions balanced out. This could be a lot of trauma. This person needed to release as well. Things that they could have experienced in this dynamic. Definitely a toxic family dynamic. Now, the next card is the Tower reversed. I feel like this is someone who is just avoiding any type of drama, any type of chaos. They no longer want to be attached to it with the Tower being in the reverse. And they've been transitioning. So it's like they're navigating through that transition very carefully. And with the Strength card being in front of the Tower in the reverse, it's like this is someone who had to, this ties back to discipline. This is someone who definitely had to work hard to be where they are. Because I'm hearing work hard and trust the process. Because they know how it feels to resist change. So if they resisted change a lot, and they could have went through a lot of destruction, a lot of blockages. They took a lot of losses. This is someone who has been working hard to prevent this with the Tower in the reverse. This is someone who has learned to rebuild their self back up, rebuild their strength. And they're also aware of something. So maybe they weren't fully aware. This could be fully mature. And now they are. It's like they've built their self back up. They've built their awareness up. They didn't get it in this dynamic. It's like it took for them to do it themselves. And the change that they've made or they're making, they feel like it's necessary. And as they're in that energy of feeling like this change is necessary, they're also standing in awareness. They're aware completely of what they're walking away from. Following card is the Ten of Cups reverse. It's like they're walking away from this false idea of harmony, happiness, or the perfect, picture perfect family illusion. They're realizing something isn't real with the Ten of Cups in the reverse. And what once seemed like emotional fulfillment to them or unity is now seen as something that's clearly, imbalanced. And they don't, they no longer feel like they need to uphold a certain type of appearance or a certain type of appearance for a dynamic, this family dynamic that they were in, for the sake of others' approval. If this is someone who was kind of like custom of seeking for answers outside of their self, approval outside of their self, they're finished with this. They're done with that. Yeah. This is someone who definitely felt like it's like this is someone who was left feeling like they needed to search for love outside of their self because they weren't given love in this, the proper love that they should have received in this toxic family dynamic. And they're finally walking away with the strength and the courage that they always had within. this was some type of lesson that someone needed to learn. Now, the following card is the Five of Pentacles reverse. This came out after the Ten of Cups reverse. This person felt like in this toxic family dynamic, they were isolated, abandoned. This could be some type of abandonment issues they suffered from. They often felt left out in the cold. And the dynamic caused a lot of suffering for them. This could be a lot of trauma. And now with the Five of Cups being, the Five of Pentacles being in the reverse, it's like, this is someone who is reclaiming their stability and refusing to remain a victim of other people's circumstances. So this could be like generational curses being passed down. Somebody is walking away, but also they've gained the strength and the courage to transition, to heal. They're breaking cycles. They're breaking generational curses off of them. The curse will end with them. And they can move on from this dynamic with a clear understanding. In clarity. Because them not being aware before, they went through some type of awakening, because this person is definitely aware. They've gained clarity of what they need to do and the necessary change they have to make for their own personal growth. I feel like for a long time, them not being aware kind of kept them feeling trapped, feeling stuck, not knowing how to walk away, not having the strength and courage to walk away. And it took longer than it was supposed to, I would say, for them to leave this family dynamic behind. Yeah. Now the next card is the Death card. This definitely represents the transformation that this person has made. Whatever old energy that they were attached to or in, old chapters are closing, have ended. And it's like they're consciously, now that they're aware, consciously moving on from toxic attachments, toxic patterns, and anything that just kept them feeling held back or feeling like they could not move forward on their own. And with the Death card being here, it's like this was a necessary ending for a fresh start. Something this person wanted, but they didn't know how to go about getting it. Then we have the Star card after the Death card. This is hope. This is guidance. This person choosing to gain the strength and the courage to walk away, that has given them hope. That has helped them to listen to their intuition, their inner guidance, and also heal so that they won't backtrack into this same type of energy again. Yeah, this is renewal with the Star card. And also optimism, still being optimistic about their future, where their life is headed. They're excited about this, fresh start. someone who has definitely redirected their emotions. Whatever pain they went through, disappointments, trauma, bad experiences, they've replaced this with emotional balance and inspiration for this new path that they're on. This is someone who is definitely seeing things clearly now with this King of Swords, because this is the card that came out after the Star card. And they're thinking logically, strategically. And this just means that they're thinking before they actually act or move. They're not just rushing into things and not fully sitting down and thinking about the outcome and how they want things to, play out for their path and where they're headed. This is someone who has also cut through any illusions. That's why with this Strength card, 8 of Cups, and the Tower, it's like nobody is going to get this person to feel like they shouldn't walk away. They shouldn't move forward. It's just not going to happen with this King of Swords being here. Because they've cut through any illusions. It's like a training ground or some type of this was definitely a lesson that they needed to learn, whoever this person is. This is someone who is able to see through deception. And it's like they're making decisions based off of their insight rather than emotions. This person could have been attached to a lot of people that emotionally manipulated them. Made that person feel like they had to be a certain way, act a certain way, treat them a certain way, or something like that. This is somebody that is very sharp-minded, and it's like they're operating in an energy of integrity, fairness, justice. Yeah, because the following card is the Justice card. This is someone who wants karmic balance. If they're walking away from like a karmic family dynamic, this is karmic justice this person is seeking. Or karmic justice is being served in their favor because they're aware of the karmic cycle that they could have been trapped in for a long time. It took this person to wake up to see what they needed to change and how they needed to move. And with this Justice card, I feel like this is someone who is definitely not only searching for fairness, but they're taking accountability for their part, their actions. And this could be the things that they were holding on to and they knew they needed to release, but they just didn't know how to. They didn't feel like they were strong enough to release those things. But now everything has shifted. This is someone who is being honest with their self. And they're wanting to ensure that the actions that they're taking are aligned with their integrity, not what other people want. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like with the Justice card coming out after the King of Swords, this is like Spirit confirming that leaving behind this toxic environment It's not only necessary, but it's divinely supported. This is someone who is standing in the energy of respecting their divinity. What they stand for. What their heart truly desires. Yeah. Now the next card was the Knight of Swords. This is like someone, standing up for what they believe in, especially followed by the Justice card. The Justice card. Yeah, followed by the Justice card. They're moving with purpose and with a clear mind. And this is something that they feel like is urgent. It has to happen. They're moving quick with the Knight of Swords. It's like they have this heavy drive to leave the past behind and claim their truth and their freedom. Yeah. I'm seeing somebody this is somebody that's cutting through distractions quick. This is like somebody coming up to this person and trying to confuse them, and they see right through that person. Anybody that's trying to talk them out of moving forward or working on personal growth, they're very sharp. They see this with the quickness. They're standing up for their self and what they believe, not what someone else wants. Yeah. This is someone who is strongly firm in what they believe. Their ideas, their intelligence. And they don't care if it isn't accepted by other people. Yeah. Now the next card that came out was, hold on one second. Okay, so the next card that came out was the Five of Swords reverse. Now I feel like maybe this person was trying to find some type of solution to, the problem, or this could be to a lot of conflict, this could be chaos. This could also be like a power struggle. Because the upright, it's like people are defeated. These are people that are trying to win at all costs, or someone is trying to win at all costs. But with it being in the reverse, somebody could feel like people were trying to overpower them or have some type of power over them. Yeah. And they're refusing to allow people to, think they have some type of power. This is someone who definitely feels like they're not going to allow people to one-up them again. Because somebody could have... There's some type of one-upping too as well with the Five of Swords. But it's in the reverse. So it's like, no, I'm not going to allow it. Somebody is very woke. They're not going to allow any deception, any confusion, anybody trying to one-up them, create any conflict for them. Or to like provoke them in any type of way where they would feel like they can't move forward. They can't walk away. This could be also trying to prove their self. Like prove their worth. And it's like walking away from what no longer serves your worth. Because if they were trying to prove their self to whoever these people are, specifically this toxic family dynamic, these are people that were never going to honor their worth, respect their worth, or honor their values. They were always going to be in an energy where they were going to try to overpower it. This could be the type of people that just did not want someone to make their own decisions. They wanted to make this person's decisions for them. And this is why they're in the energy of, I'm standing up for what I believe in. Nobody is going to intimidate me, confuse me, cloud my judgment, or something like that. Or nobody is going to stop me from making this decision. It's over with the Death card. Yeah. Now the next card that came out was the Page of Wands. This is definitely that fresh energy, a new drive, a new spark. Something that lights their path, the path that they're on as they're walking away, 8 of Cups. And they're excited. This is someone who is excited about exploring new beginnings. A new way of living, a new way of thinking as well is what I'm hearing with the Page of Wands. Now the overall energy was this 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is something that they're going to feel vindicated, but also victorious when they finally do walk away from this dynamic. And I feel like their choice to leave is something that's going to pay off in the long run. People will notice their integrity, their bravery. And this isn't like arrogance or, somebody acting out of their own selfish gain or wanting to be seen in, certain lights that are not their own. It's like somebody is finally going to be seen for who they truly are. They're finally going to stand for who they truly are. This is validation. Something they could not get in this toxic family dynamic. It's like everybody is going to notice this person's transition, this person's victory. They're going to see how much this person has stepped up for their self with the Six of Wands. And people are going to cheer them on. These are people that, this person probably don't even know. As they could have been seeking validation from people that they've known all their lives. Everybody is going to see that this person is someone who made it out victorious. Walked away from toxicity and won their dignity back. Because I feel like somebody could have been this entire time trying to get these people to see them for, who they truly are. Respect them for who they truly are. And it's like with this being here, they're not even trying. It's like they're moving different. They're in a whole new energy with the Knight of Swords. And they're quick with it. And it's because they're aware and they're seeing things differently. They're seeing their path clearly. The path that they were on with these people, they couldn't see things clear. They couldn't even see their self clear. Yeah. So this is someone who is definitely closing out a toxic cycle. And this is something that is going to be successful for this person, victorious for this person. It's going to lead to happiness and fulfillment. And this is something that was always promised to whoever this person is. They just needed to see their worth and definitely not seek validation outside of themselves. Whatever lesson they needed to learn in this toxic family dynamic, they've learned. It has helped them to evolve into who they are now. And also where their life is headed.